I am your host, Olivia Odileke, and it's a pleasure to be back with you. So many exciting things are taking place in the education landscape and so many new insights. I'm so happy that today we're going to kind of focus on problem versus practice. Um, Let me start with a very quick question. No overthinking, just drop or hold in your mind this one specific thought. Okay. What's one thing your students struggle with right now? So just think about that. What's one thing your students are struggling with right now? Most of us can answer that so fast in a few seconds. But here's the real question. Do we actually know why? Do we know why our students are struggling with A, B, C, or D, X, Y, Z? Last week in the Lead Spark Journal, I was reflecting on something that completely shifted how I think about instructional improvement because that's really the key to school improvement. We got to improve the instruction to improve the school, right? And we're really good at naming problems all day long. Students can't do multi step word problems. Students are engaged. They're not retaining content. Their behavior is preventing them from understanding. But what if the problem isn't the problem? You heard me. I said, but what if the problem isn't the problem? What if the real work begins after we name it? So we name something. I came across this idea that put language to something I've been doing instinctively for years. And that is the difference between a problem statement and a practice question. So there's the difference. We can have a problem statement, and then the second is what a practice question. We're going a little deep over here. Now, a problem statement, it focuses on students. It usually always has students in front of it. A practice question asks, what are students experiencing instructionally that produces this result? What are they experiencing instructionally to produce students not being engaged, students not able to perform multi step problems? Now, that one shift can change everything. It's a different perspective, a different way of looking at it. So, because now we're not reacting, we're investigating. We're doing inquiry basically. It's like the best way to illustrate it is like going to the doctor, right? The problem statement says, "Hey doctor, I have a headache. My head is hurting." A practice question asks, "What's causing the headache? Where did the headache when did the headache trigger? Is it stress? Is it dehydration? Is it lack of sleep?" Hmm. Those are some a different way. That's a practice question. So if you treat the symptom without understanding the cause, you say stuck in this cycle. That person gonna keep coming back to the doctor for the headache because the doctor never really realized what is actually causing the headache. And that's what happens in many schools. We're putting band-aids on things that we don't really understand what's causing it. So let's try it together. So let's think about the challenge we named earlier, multi-step, not engaged. Now let's shift it. We're going to shift it just a tad. Instead of saying students can't, let's just put a little X on that. Let's ask this question instead. What are students doing before this task? How often do they experience it? What support do they get when they struggle? And how does the first exposure look like? Like when they're first exposed to this thinking. That right there. If we could just do that right there, that's a micro inquiry moment. A time to really investigate. That's where curiosity begins. And that's really the whole purpose of the 10-minute live spark. It's to spark your curiosity into inquiring, investigating, wondering, noticing, and asking a practice question versus a problem statement. Now, and this is exactly why our organization built the Lead Spark Team platform, because most teams, they don't struggle with caring. We really care about the work that we are doing. They struggle with seeing practice clearly. What are our practices that are giving us this behavior? And so the platform helps teams of teachers turn problems into practice questions, observe what's actually happening, and test small shifts that lead to real change. Not theory, not long PD sessions, just structured, focused thinking that leads to action, that leads to implementation. And this is what we are going to experience live at the Spark Curiosity EDU conference in July in Austin, Texas, July 31st to August 2nd. And we're not just talking about it. This is not a conference just for talking, but actually our the mission and the goal is to experience curiosity driven learning. Practice this shift in real time. See how teams turn thinking into implementation. How can we turn a practice question into actual implementation? And I'll be doing a full session on how to identify these instructional challenges, and then how do we align them with research based practice and implement them in very short improvement cycles, and a little demo of the platform so you can see how it works in real time. So, we're keeping it short and simple. This is a 10-minute live spark. We're trying to keep things simple because I think we've overcomplicated so many things in education when we need to get back from problem statement to practice question. It's a difference. And we don't start with students can't. We start with why are students doing this? So, in closing, I want you to think about what might change in your school if your team got better at asking practice questions instead of just naming problems. What would change for you? That's the work. That's the shift. And that's the spark. So simple, right? It's like all day long. Curiosity doesn't just engage students, it transforms how we lead. That's why we always say, um, spark curiosity, lead change. That's today's 10-minute live spark. And I'm actually going to end it not with a full song, but an instrumental because it's time for us to spark. It's time for us to spark curiosity
Let's get it
about
sparked in here.
questions, about
Let's
how
get
we
it sparked in
shift
here.
from a problem statement
Get it
to a
sparked in
practice
here.
question. You've been here on the 10-minute live with Olivia Odileke, and it has been a plum
Let's
pleasing
get it
pleasure,
sparked
as
in
well as a
here.
privilege to talk about this topic today. So let's go. We need to get it sparked in here, and we're going to get it
Sparked
sparked
in
at the
here.
Spark Curiosity EDU
Oh,
conference in
let's get
Austin,
it
Texas,
sparked
and
in
we
here.
hope that you
Get it
will
sparked,
join
get it
us as
sparked.
we imagine a
Oh,
curiosity driven learning
let's get
environment.
it sparked in here.
We're going to get it
Yeah,
sparked in here.
let's